Welcome back, everybody, to the Mkela Manya YouTube channel where we speak football. Yeah, but it's the preview. Tomorrow, it's Orlando Pirates versus Mamelodi Sundowns, first leg of the MTN 8 2025. It can never be higher than that. Look, I think everyone knows it's obvious now. Mamelodi Sundowns playing against Orlando Pirates has become the El Clasico. Some of them call it the El Clasico. Yeah, gosh, it's the most watched game currently in the country. It's spectacles. It's where football gets to meet football. Yeah, I know Orlando Pirates have had a tough start. 2 games, 2 losses on the league, but they won their first game in the MTN 8 quarterfinals against Bulugwana. So there's it never gets tougher than Orlando Pirates versus Mamelodi Sundowns. And hopefully tomorrow we get to show who we are. We get to show that we are the Mamelodi Sundowns. We are the Real Madrid of South African Football Club, and there is no club better than us. I hope tomorrow we get to show that. Yeah, man. So, but before we go on that, I would like to just touch a base on something. Yeah, Mamelodi Sundowns has announced that Lodge is gone, and Whitehead has also announced, not Whitehead actually, there's a football fan account which is run by Red Castle. They've also announced that Lodge is coming back to Whitehead. He will be a Whitehead player. And I'm happy that Mamelodi Sundowns, as I've said yesterday on yesterday's video, if you didn't watch it, you can go on my video on my YouTube channel, then you will get to see the video. I'm happy that Lodge's situation has finally been resolved by Whitehead and Mamelodi Sundowns, because it would have been a great thing to have Lodge sitting on the bench. He was not gonna even be sitting on the bench. I don't even think the stands, because I apparently was not even training with the club. So he was probably going to be somewhere in the training ground. Sundowns would want him to report every day to training, but yet he wasn't going to play. And if he doesn't report, they were going to deduct his points, deduct his salary, because at the end of the day, he is contracted with Mamelodi Sundowns. So I'm happy with what has happened, so that he can go and play football. He's 32, he's old now, his age is catching up with him. So you would want him to play as much football as he can while his legs are still there, because in a very short space of time, his career is going to be finished. Yeah, so I'm happy for Lodge. Miami, apparently we all got the news wrong. Majority of us thought that Miami was going to Simba in Tanzania as on a season long loan. It turns out Mamelodi Sundowns has released Neo Miami. Neo Miami is no longer a Mamelodi Sundowns player. He is gone. Miami is gone, guys. I'm hurt, because Miami was one of my favorite players in Mamelodi Sundowns. I don't want to lie. That left-footed boy, Billy, a well-mannered guy, never speaks, always just does his job. I thought he was coming back. I guess I was wrong, and many of us were wrong, because look, I'm not a journalist or a reporter. I'm a reporter, I'm not a journalist. I get things from journalists, then I get to announce them on the YouTube channel. So the information that the journalist fed us was wrong. Neo Miami is gone, and it's gone forever. I don't think we'll ever play for Mamelodi Sundowns now. I doubt. Even if his contract ends at Simba and he comes back to South Africa, he's definitely going to another club. I don't think he's ever going to sign for Mamelodi Sundowns. Mikel Cardoso did say at the beginning of the season that he was going to trim the squad, that he doesn't like this big squad where some player become toxic, and it gets, yeah, how do I say this? It gets spread out. It gets spread out to other players, and then the dressing room becomes toxic, and the coach will then lose the dressing room. So that's why he said he wanted to stream his squad. We are Mamelodi Sundowns. We are playing five titles this season: MTN 8, Carling Black, the league, Nedbank, and the Champions League. So hopefully that is not going to strain our squad. And by the look of things, it seems that Cardoso is playing our starting 11 in the MTN 8. It feels like he wants to win the MTN 8. Maybe that's the obligation he got from the board, that look, we want the MTN 8. Me as a fan personally, I don't rate the MTN 8 that high. Even if we didn't win it, I wouldn't have an issue with it. But it seems like the Mamelodi Sundowns board, because they even fired Mangoba Mngiti for being knocked out of the MTN 8, if my mind serves me right. If I recall correctly, he was fired for not winning the MTN 8. Oh yeah, I think yeah that and I think you drew a game against ISFA in the Champions League, and we were number 3 on the log and on the Champions League on the Champions League group, on our group we were number 3. So it seems like we were not going to qualify for the quarterfinal. So the board pulled the trigger and he was gone. Then they brought in Mikel Cardoso. So I think Mikel Cardoso has got the mandate. Look, you have to win the MTN 8 and you have to win the league. I think he has to win everything. Is he gonna win everything? If he's playing his starting 11 now, I don't think we're gonna win everything. Because look, these are not machines. These are players. They do get tired. They do get tired, and he has a starting 11. And from that starting 11, I think only Mushishi is being dropped for some games and picked up for some games. Out of the 3 games but we have played, from the 2 games he started, we won. The only game we didn't win is the game which he didn't start. So hopefully tomorrow he realized that and starts Mushish. But more on that as we go on. The other thing I'm not happy about is Maseko. Look, I think it's time Mamelodi Sundowns let's go with Maseko. Maseko is being toxic. Maseko is being unmanageable. Maseko is becoming a problem. And what he's doing currently might affect the other players. Maseko posted that, for those who don't know, Maseko posted a picture of himself and Miami. And the choice of song he chose was a bit of a blow. You know, that kick under the belt, because you don't choose that certain song. I think he chose Limelo. Yeah. And if my mind is correct, that means What About Me. Yeah, that song speaks about what about me? When is my time? So what is he talking about? When is his time for what? Is he asking to leave Mamelodi Sundowns and Mamelodi Sundowns not letting him go? Is he sending that message? Because look, you cannot choose that song. You could have chosen any song, or maybe Goodbye My Friend, We'll Meet Again, or whatever. But that song he chose sends a message to us as fans. So I think it's becoming toxic, and this thing is gonna spread out to other players. I think Mikel Cardoso was correct when he said you must trim the squad, but I think you should have started with the players which are toxic. And it comes to me that Maseko is one of those toxic players. I'm not in the Mamelodi Sundowns dressing room. I don't have the privilege of knowing what's going on in that dressing room, and I'm not even in a training when they train the players. But for him to come out like that, it's being unreasonable. You have players like Oshalulile who have done a lot for Mamelodi Sundowns. They haven't done any of that stuff. They're not pulling, what do you call this thing? Stunts like that. They are just focusing on what they are mandated to do by Mamelodi Sundowns, and that's to play football and make us win and collect 3 points and win trophies. What is Maseko currently doing is out of line. It's out of line. Maseko should be released, or he should be sent to some club in the Mutsepe League or in the 3rd division, just to teach him some manners, because it seems like he doesn't have manners. It seems like he wasn't well trained. It seems like even his agent doesn't know how to handle him, because what is he currently doing now? It does not come from a professional football player. It's coming from a child who's just moaning. This is football. There are 20-something players Mamelodi Sundowns. It's not only him. Why does he think he is special than the other players? Rulani lied to this boy. Rulani lied to him. Rulani, I'm telling you, Rulani lied to this guy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my ear, man. That's why I keep on doing this. It's like there's water in. I can't hear properly with it. But yeah, more on Maseko. Maseko lied. Rulani lied to Maseko. That's why I feel like Maseko is behaving the way he's behaving. And to not waste any further of the time, look, I've spoken enough about Maseko and Miami and Lodge. Tomorrow, the starting 11, what I would do, as I said even on the first game against Richards Bay, I'll play our 2nd string team, because I feel like MTN 8 is not important. But knowing that Cardoso wants to win this game, if you even had his press conference, the seriousness he had, and how he spoke about the last 2 Champions League, where we beat 2 Champions League finalists, Al Ahly and Tunis, you can know that this competition means business, and especially Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates, on our last game, they beat us 2-1 on the league. First 10 minutes, they scored 2 goals. Rebohile Mofokeng, but the Rebohile Mofokeng this season is not on it, and I think Apollos is injured. I'm not sure. But on the last game, he went down the tunnel when he was substituted. But I don't know. But I saw him training on one of the videos which they uploaded, pictures of videos. So he might play tomorrow. But on our side, obviously Williams will start as the goalkeeper. And then the defense right back, it will be Uzukom Tunyelo. I had some people saying, look, the issue with Mutau has been sorted. But I'm not. But I'm 100% sure he won't start exactly. He won't be start. He might be on the bench if it has really been resolved. But if he wasn't training the whole time, I don't even think he will make the bench. So the right back will be Mtunyelo. Our 4 and 5 centre backs will be Ukekane and Kibedu. And then our right back, I bet our left back will be Motiba. I think we're gonna play a 4-3-3, and our midfield is gonna be Mukwena, and Mukwena playing the center defense midfielder CDM, and our double 8 is going to be Uzwane and Ayende. And then our 3 strikers, our poacher is going to be Ikram Reynas, and then our wings, left wing is going to be Tashrak Matthews. Writing is going to be Silas. I think our coach is now trying to pick a constant starting lineup, and I believe that's going to be the constant lineup for the rest of the season, and that's our number 1 starting 11. But me, if it was me, I would have started a double strike. I would have played a 4-4-2, Ikram Reynas and Shalulile as our strikers, with number 10 being Tembazwane, and playing Diamond midfield with a double pivot of, I said now double pivot, I meant with a double 8s with Ayende and Adams, and then CDM will be Mukwena, and exactly that what you call this thing now, that defense I chose, which is Ntunyelwa, Grantegana, Kibedu and Motiba, and this defense and our goalkeeper will be Williams. Yeah, guys, what is my prediction for tomorrow? The prediction, I think, is going to be we're gonna beat Orlando Pirates 2-1. Yeah, that's the score. I think we're gonna beat Orlando Pirates 2-1. Who's going to score? Ikram Reynas and Tembazwane. Ikram Reynas and Tembazwane. Yeah, Ikram Reynas and Tembazwane. Yeah, we'll wait and see tomorrow, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button to be notified once a new video has been uploaded. Love and leave you guys. Yeah, don't forget to catch the post match analysis right after the game. Maybe I'll try and upload it around about 6 o'clock South African time. Love you.